who she could possibly be if she is not Ashura. But Ashura could be Hawat. Ashura could be Eve. And Adamu is still Adamu. He's still Adam, but he's just a divine sage or semi-divine or even fully divine man, depending on the story that you read. So the syncretisms that we can find with Eve slash Hawat in the Anunnaki is obviously a deity named Ninti, which is the lady of the rib, the lady of life. This is where Eve gets her story from, of being made from the rib of Adam. Ninti was made to help heal the ribs of Enki, the god that creates life in the Anunnaki, the Yahweh of the Anunnaki, Enki being Yahweh. Ninti is Eve. Eve is Ninti. This is the same deity. This is the same being, the same person being transferred over across cultures and across pantheons. But we also see that she, in some cases, remains a higher deity or is turned into a higher deity, depending on how you want to see things, when she is as Hawat or when she is relegated to being Eve in the Bible, or when she is the good-natured woman in the Ugaritic text. But we can also see that she's also known as Damkina, and Damkina is made the wife of Yah or Enki in the future. So though this also makes sense because Yahweh and Ashura are also put together in the future under the Elohim branch. So we see that they are following very similar stories or very similar setups. And then we also see that Damkina could also be syncretic with Ninhursag, who is syncretic with Ashura. So Eve could very much well be Ashura, but either ways we see this connection between the female cognate of Yahweh being Hawa or Eve, Hawat, and this being Ninti under the Netjeru, and possibly even being Ashura or Ninhursag and Damkina. And in Ugaritic, Damkina was known as Damgeya. So Eve could have possibly been known as Damgeya in Ugaritic instead of just the good-natured woman. The Anunnaki counterpart for Adamu may be Adapa, but when we look under the Netjeru, it is a deity that could either be Imhotep, if we go for his role as a very wise sage or principled or intelligent man, or it could be Atum if we go for the first created man. And then Atum we see has a similar connotation to being self-created, and Adamu, while not self-created, is created from the substrates of another god, from the substrates of earth, created from the substrates of Adama. So we could see this as being syncretic to Adamu. Eve or Hawat's Netjeru counterpart would be a deity by the name of Hequet, which could be